Hi, I am in love with my garden and I want to take you on another tour to my beautiful backyard garden where I find peace and happiness. But first, a quick check-in of my little herb garden. I found a couple of interesting little knickknacks in my basement and in my mom's house. She has some little bird houses and birds. And of course, I have my lovely stone collection here, which I've always tried to incorporate my beautiful stones and crystals into my garden. And I have tarragon, and this is a nasturtium, basil, sage, which I love to take the sage in the fall and bundle it, dry it, and then you can burn it and sage and cleanse your house. But the basil is awesome. I've been really pruning it back to try to make it bushier and thick. This is cilantro, which is great for anything that you would use lime or with avocado or cilantro with salsa. My parsley is pretty much, I think, done. And then I have rosemary, just some more basil. And I found this little guy in my basement. I think he was a gift many years ago, and it was put away, hidden in my basement, and I found it. And I have, for those of you that know me, where I grew up, 1406 Fairmont Street. And welcome to my garden. Let's go. So as you can see, let's enter. As you can see, whoop, having trouble entering because the beans are trying to take over. So I have installed a couple of these lovely little trellis lines for the vertical growing that I'm doing this year. So I have planted spaghetti squash and it can sprawl out. So I decided to put some posts up. And as you can see, it has naturally, very naturally just grabbed on. And then I put this little string and it has followed the path that I put. This little thing is a whole separate plant that starts next door. So I have this one, this pole, and this one. And I have these two strings following to this third pole right here. And it's just amazing. Every morning I come out and it's just kind of reaching and grabbing. Like when I left for work today, this was not attached. So probably tomorrow these tendrils are going to just keep grabbing. So proactively thinking, I added this one today. This is like an old shoestring. And I added it, and then I decided to go ahead and add this one onto my bean pole. And I have a lot of why I love gardening is because of it. Just like constantly I'm creating things in my mind. I'm imagining and I'm like thinking, what can I do next? And how can I create the growth? And so basically I am imagining these like plants growing vertically and across, kind of like creating these like trellis bridges. So I'll show you what and the other thing I have to show you, hold on. So this is also very cool and natural. I did not plant this mammoth sunflower, which is now taller than me. So I'm 5'5", and this thing is now at least 6 feet, if not taller. But I also, so down here, did not plant this, what I believe could be a pumpkin, but it may be some sort of hybrid, and I did not plant the mammoth sunflower, but they have decided to join up together, and we have the pumpkin plant now using the sunflower as its trellis, which I absolutely love. I'm so thrilled. So it keeps grabbing on and reaching and grabbing, and it's just growing up. So now we have whatever this is, some sort of hybrid or pumpkin growing, and it's about 4 feet tall on the 6 foot tall mammoth sunflower. So it's vertically growing naturally. Look how awesome those tendrils are. I just can't get over them. It's amazing. Tendrils are amazing. You just touch them and they react. They're alive. They have energy. This is reaching out. I bet you there's a possibility tomorrow I'll come and this will be wrapped around, holding on to the sun leaf of the sunflower. Anyway, if we stand back, hold on, let me just get my footing here, because this is actually cucumber. I don't know if we have the cucumbers growing over here. So I also get ADD in the garden, big time. So over here we have all these little cucumbers. See them growing? Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to have cucumbers. Look at these guys. Do you see them? So we have 1, 2, 3. We just endless little cucumbers. This is going to be a cucumber right here. So many cucumbers. Okay, anyway. So you can see that's where I did the shoestring. And if we get a little perspective here, I have plans. I'm always thinking that, so my bean poles right there, I'm thinking of maybe when my cucumbers right here, when they get tall, I might string all the way over to my bean poles right here and just kind of create this like trellis, and it will be kind of like a bridge that we can walk under, just like this. I can't wait until we can see if this guy and that guy, if those two guys continue to grow up here and then over to my bean pole, which is also taller than me now. So we can see. And I have this sunflower here peeking through, which a bean or two was growing up. I love this so much. I love this co-planting and using one another for support in the garden. I'm just endlessly in love with my garden. I can't get enough of it. There's just so much to do, so much to look at and watch for rewards. The growth of all these different plants. The beans, the tomatoes, the squash, everything.